Hello, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Greg Ambrosius, and we have a fun evening planned tonight. We've got a special Beat Shawn Childs, our Hall of Famer, Rotowire Online Championship League with $150,000 on the line. I got Shawn with me right now and Paul Spateri, who's also in this draft. So, Shawn, first of all, thanks for helping out here and stepping up and putting your reputation on the line. Are you ready tonight?
I'll throw some darts early. I'll be okay.
All right.
Probably. I'll probably be all right until you leave, and then I can, go off the rails.
Well, I'm going to stay for the first half, so you're going to go off the rails on the second half then, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Paul, you've done a couple of drafts already. Are you ready for this one as well? 12 teams, 30 rounds.
I am, and to me, to getting over my Broncos losing a few weeks ago, Greg, I'm using baseball draft therapy. So
yeah, I'm with you. I've been in therapy since the wild card round myself. My Packers losing to the Bears twice in about a month. Shawn's Patriots are in the Super Bowl again.
Oh, I didn't know
Kind
that.
of boring, right, Shawn?
Well, I'm not a diehard Patriot. I was a diehard Red Sox fan, but I mean, you fought. I think I started fantasy in 2004, which is probably when the Patriots were starting to get good. So you become a fan of the sport and of the players. So I haven't lost any sleep about the Patriots losing, but I guess the Denver fans feel like they belong this year, and they would have won if their quarterback didn't get hurt. But you never know.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. So it's baseball season now, Shawn. That's how I look at it.
Let's forget about it. Although that was a wild game with the weather and everything. I mean, Vrabel knew with that quarterback they weren't scoring again. So 10-7 looked pretty good at that point. But let's move on. Let's move on anyways here. All right, you boys are battling weather out there. I'm in Wisconsin. I've not got nothing to brag about here, but you got more snow on the East Coast. You're both on the East Coast, right? What's the weather like out there?
32 degrees with a foot of snow, probably the same as him.
Yeah, the high of 32 for the last 5 weeks. Actually, we're going to dip down to like 5 or 8 degrees on the weekend. But it's been a rough winter. We had 3 good winters this year.
Yeah,
it made up for it in the East Coast.
Yeah, well, we got a little of that polar vortex here in Wisconsin as well, sub-zero for about 20 straight days and such. But thankfully, I was in Cancun. I got away from here for 9 days and still have a tan. And you guys aren't as tanned as I am right now. But don't worry, we'll be in Las Vegas together. We'll all lay out in the sun together. So here we go. Let's start talking about some baseball. So all right, Shawn, you've done a couple of draft champions. I know the 15-teamers are a lot different. Any trends you're seeing, like starting pitchers going later, closers going earlier? What are you seeing in the 15-team format?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in the 15-team with like you talked offline that you can't fix the stuff on the waiver wire. So there's that, probably like 8 closers that kind of shift off the board, and then a couple more might go, and then you're taking shots at them. And I really just, yesterday kind of went through the back end of the bullpens and Arizona and these Oakland, and would I draft these guys? And a lot of them are, I won't. And so when you got like this, say a 20th round pick, in a DC, it's still a pretty good player that you could draft.
Yeah.
But whereas if it's say the 30th round in this online championship, it's disposable. You know what I mean? You can take a flyer, hold them for a week, and you could probably before the season starts pick up somebody for $7 and switch to somebody else, so you can fix it. So that changes a lot. The pitching kind of seems like it goes fair, and you just there's some really good players. From probably 4 to 10 for hitters that didn't used to be there in the early days because the pitchers have kind of flip-flop rounds a little bit. So it's changed a lot over the years.
Yep, definitely. All right, Paul, you have the 3rd pick, and Shawn, you have the 11. Paul, what about your KDS? Did you go 1 to 12, or what were you looking for?
I kind of with baseball, Greg. I kind of like to leave it. Take what I can get. Football, I'll do a little bit because I do a lot more volume.
Yeah.
But I like being in the front 3 here in the first round, especially. I picked 5th in the other draft. I liked my team, but with baseball, because there's so many players and stuff, I look for positions.
Yep.
Mine auto drafted Bobby Witt, but that's fine.
I think it was a good pick anyway. So those are the top 3 that seem to be going in that order: Ohtani, Judge, Witt. Soto is the consensus number 4. The number 5 consensus is usually Jose Ramirez. So we'll see what happens. Oh, Corbin Carroll there. So that's a good one, but Jose Ramirez seems to be there. Shawn, you have the 11th pick. You said you went 1 through 4, and then you went back, all right?
Yeah, I was actually at the top 4. There was like 4 guys. Like I really like the top 3, but if somebody somebody takes somebody at the 3rd spot and slides to 4, I was willing to take one of those players. I wanted to build a little bit different, just like the swing around a little better on the shorter turn there. And the Acuna was one of the 4 that I would have taken. So
would you? Yeah.
It went 7. So, but Acuna's been moving up a lot. Nice, seems like he's going to have a bounce back year, really special a couple years ago. And hopefully he can get some sort of that, maybe not get 73 steals, but maybe 40 and play. Atlanta's offense is kind of, last year was really kind of a lot of guys got hurt and it kind of underachieved.
Yeah.
You think about, they paid the Scooble all that, only $32 million, but they give the other guy all the money and they signed him, I guess, 32 for the arbitration.
That's because he had no leverage, right? They didn't even want to pay him $32 million, which is ridiculous. It's like the Josh Hader with the Brewers. The Brewers took him to arbitration over a couple million. Well, these players don't get over that. So God bless you for trying to take a few million off of Scooble's plate, but I don't know if he's signing back with you ever again, right?
Yeah, he's got to be out of there. I mean,
yeah. All right, there we go. We got 3 shortstops here in the first round, which is nice. Shawn, you like pitching? That's what I was going to say. Did you expect him to be there? No. Not a 15-teamer, but
no. I wanted to take Skeens like at 10.
Yep.
I thought it was fair on the wraparound, but I really wanted Henderson too. But I would have taken Crochet if he would have made it back to me.
Well, right here, look at this.
I think I'm going to do it because it's a little bit of different thing, and you're trying to win this overall championship.
Yeah.
You've got 2 aces, and this is going to bridge me out a while. And like Rodriguez, I like him as a player. Tatis just hasn't got it done. Lindor, he's over there's other shortstops. Tucker, Dodgers seems better, but I really think if I just take the pitch and I can get off the gas,
you would kill for this Skeens.
We're going to try it. There's a sucker born every morning, and I think I'm that guy right now.
Nah, you love this.
Greg, the hard to beat Shawn Childs draft.
No, he likes that start. I know he does. He knows he can find bats. But whatever happened to 75 stolen bases and 75 homers from your first 3 picks?
Well, we still will see if we can get there. I think you can get pretty close, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if this is a 15-teamer, I would have taken a hitter for sure.
Yeah.
I'll get the 1 ace, but it's such a long swing back. Like even when it comes back to be the next turn, it's really 35. That's 5th pick in the 15-teamer. So we'll see how it shakes out. I put up on the I have all your ADPs for the DCs. I put them up and been putting each player right up in a link. Been putting it on the Twitter thing, but I can see how they go in that, and I copied your recent draft board, so I can kind of, as this draft goes on, I can kind of look at it and say, who's kind of going from round to round, and try to think if I can see where it's going. But right now, I don't have a great feel other than opinion when I see a player who I like a little bit better.
All right. So what about Nick Kurtz going at 13? Paul, you got him the other night. You said with the 3rd pick coming back, Kurtz's ADP is 20 in the Rotowire Online Championship the last 3 weeks. So a little jump there.
Yeah, I love him. He's probably one of my favorite players this year. The kid can hit, and they're still in that park. And until they're in Vegas, they will mash the ball.
Yeah.
Sacramento. You lose Caminero. I don't love as much.
Right.
He's a great hitter, but he's not. He's losing his Pee Wee ballpark advantage.
Yep.
Nick Kurtz isn't, and Nick Kurtz is probably a better pure hitter. So, listen, if you want him, it's not crazy, but it's a little bit moving up. But he's a great hitter. I love him.
Yeah, he wasn't coming back to this guy, so he said, "I want him. I'm going to get him in this one." So, absolutely. All right. I was in Las Vegas last week actually, and the ballpark is going up. They're still going forward with it. So, A's will be there in 2029, I guess, if construction keeps going. So, pretty interesting. I was in Vegas last week, and it was 33 in the morning and got a high of 58 that day. Yeah. So even they were a little bit
cold.
It's cold everywhere.
Yeah. The first DC I started with from pick 8, I took Skeens and I got Kurtz. So I agree. I would take Kurtz over Vlad too. It's just Vlad's a good player and stuff like that, but he just doesn't seem like he has the sexiness of the ceiling right now. But
Yeah.
But he was going a lot earlier in the 15 teamers in January, but I think it switched a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Kurt's in that ballpark though is good. There we go. I got Jackson Churio
Little
at pick
brewer, that's me,
22.
a little brewer action for you.
There you go. That was for me, right? All right, beers for you in Las Vegas. Good job. I like to start Witt and Churio. You're definitely killing Shawn in offensive categories right now.
Yeah, and I think my next 7 pitchers won't have as many strikeouts as his first 2.
Well, you give and take a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, good. We're talking about the weather here on our live stream here. Yikes, 17 in Savannah, Georgia. That's damn
That's
cold.
a nice Neto pick there. He was going to be my comeback.
Yeah. Schwarber at 23.
Wow, how the world has changed. The utility guy for
Yeah.
drafted.
We got 2 of them there.
Well, Otani's kind of a little bit different, I think, isn't he?
I don't know. And a 12-teamer? You going to pitch him a lot?
No, but he just can get the steals and he's more rounded.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
I'm going to go an arm here. I wasn't thinking,
all right,
but my 2, I wanted Turner or Neto, so I lost out on them. A little worried about James Wood. I know the upside's there, but man, there's a lot of swing and miss in his life.
Yep.
And I love this guy as a pitcher. He's one of my favorite arms.
So we only had, 3 starting pitchers went in the first 26 picks. So interesting. So Logan Gilbert goes as the 4th one. Why were you interested in Neto and Turner when you already have a shortstop? You didn't mind filling up a middle infield at that point?
I just the power and speed combo. To me, and you get a lot more depth in the outfield. You find guys all year.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good middle guys. And at this point, I'm looking at talent and production, but and I like power speed combos. If I had 3 of those, then I can really play other angles.
That might have been your 75 homers, 75 stolen bases Shawn talks about, but Shawn talks about that in a 15-team format.
Dreg, there's no offense left. I'm dead. I don't like anybody.
I know, but you're going to be all right in the hitting category, so you have a chance to score 75 in this league. All right. We got our first closer off the board, Mason Miller. It's interesting. I did. Let me see. There goes Diaz. All right, we get a little closers in the 15-teamers. They start going in the second round, but here we go. Now, Paul, you started a run of yellow here.
Yeah, I could see that. I love Yamamoto. The way the Dodgers, they could be 40 games up.
Yeah.
In September 1st, and they play the games with these pitchers. It worries me a little bit.
Yeah, and hold them for the playoffs, right? And Blake Snell, obvious is that way. They're not going to probably start him out right away, and they'll limit his innings, then ramp him up as they get going towards the stretch, and then he goes to Milwaukee and just blows us away.
Yeah, that team has done a lot for baseball, not in a good way.
Yeah, I think next year we may have a shutdown because of the Dodgers. I mean, it's a good excuse, but even the other owners are upset with them, I think.
Yeah. Well, listen, they're playing within the rules. So it's not like they're cheating. They're playing within the rules.
No, other teams can spend as well if they want to.
Yeah.
All right, there's another closer, Duran. All right, nice little run of pitching here in round 3.
Shawn goes another yellow. That would be a interesting start.
He does need a closer. There's no doubt about it, and they're going pretty fast here.
All right, you talked me into it.
There you go.
Oh!
So I got him, Shawn, in the draft I did. He was my 4th round pick in the 5th spot. Cade Smith.
Yeah, he probably should go later on, but I mean, whoever I was going to take.
Are running faster here than even in that draft that I did.
Yeah.
You're not giving me enough time to think. What did he do?
I was interested in where the closers were going to go in this 12-teamer because you can kind of hold off, but I agree. Those top, 6 to 8 closers, everybody they think they're the sure things. There you go. You got some offense right now. You got some offense.
Hopefully Acuna's good. He's good. They bounce back a little bit, but there's not really like you said. I want to be kind of balanced, but I can't really. Their power at first base, they're going to be a little bit different as they go down, but there is other guys that are decent. But I debated him and Devers in the park. Be a little better, lower average. I'm not sure they're going to score as many runs, but he's still a good, professional hitter.
Well, Olson looked better last year than he did the year before, right?
Yeah, he just didn't hit the home runs. It's kind of weird how those guys have like cycled. Like he has a really good year, then down year, and then maybe this is one that he gets some more home runs.
Yeah.
Catchers are kind of not much there. Like second baseman, it's just a lot of second baseman, and even in the 15 teamer, I'm fading that position all the way down. The shortstop's probably a little more important. But there is pretty good. The next 8 or 10 picks at shortstop are okay. Third base is a couple of foundation like power guys, but you're not going to get a lot of speed. And third base is kind of fishy too. So
what's the position that's kind of weakest in depth and such? Is it second base?
I think his second base is if you can wait the longest for. I think third base gets kind of tricky at some point. There's some younger players that are unknown. The guy from Japan and. And even like Shaw looked like he was better earlier, and then they signed Bregman. So where does that put him? Does he play in the outfield or something like that? And when you get in that range, so there's really, and even like Lewis is kind of, what happened to him? He looked like he was gonna be a stud, and then he's injury risk, and then he stayed healthy, and he wasn't really as good as you thought last year. Chapman is what it is. So it's a thing. Riley's the guy that kind of makes sense. Because he kind of has a down year, and if he would probably bounce back and have some power, if you're gonna, because he's a 30 home run hitter. Suarez is, I guess he gets in Cincinnati, and he's just all he does is hit fly balls. But it's probably only three, 4 trusted guys, maybe 5 left of third, I would think. Outfield's kind of interesting. Did they take out?
There goes Ben Rice in the 4th round.
He's got a lot of helium in his.
He sure does. I agree with you.
Okay.
Let's see if he can do it, but he's definitely moving on up.
I'm going to stay in the West, and get myself a closer who I love this guy, proven, and the team is good.
I mean, was going as the first closer early on. He usually goes as one of the 3 top closers that's going. I just drafted him actually in this Draft Champions League. I'm going. Sean, thoughts on Munoz?
Yeah, it was. I think the Cleveland closer I like a little bit better in the past. With Class A, they got a lot of guys got like 40 saves, so I think I'm going to take him in front of him consistently. And I like actually. I had that choice between Duran and Munoz, and I just thought that Duran might get a little more innings out of him, and pitching for Philadelphia and get a better chance at the job. Where Munoz looks really good, and there's no complaints coming off a great year. So, but I did take Duran over Munoz in the second draft champions. I had picked 2, and I went like Judge, pitcher, closer, and Smith went on the turn to pick 1. I would have taken him before him, but the guy.
My pitcher so I was hoping to go Munoz Green.
Yep.
That dream has ended. Green's a guy who you just love. He throws 300 miles an hour, but every time he throws the ball, you're hoping he doesn't blow his elbow out.
Correct.
So now we're going to go offense. Sean, you may yell at me for this pick, and I'm going to reach a little bit, but I think if this kid stays on the field, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's definitely going to develop and be really, really good. I mean, everything I did, I wrote about him. It looked good, and he's pretty fair value. I think you get him close to the 5th round in the 15 teamers, don't you? But it's a little different flow when you're trying to fill positions in this. But yeah, he's really talented. Hits the ball hard. Looks like he's gonna eventually just hit a lot of home runs. Can steal a few bases. Average should be there. There's a lot to like. And,
all right, Joey asked, should Framber, does the trade move the needle to him? Actually, the signing it would be.
He's in a good pitcher's park.
Yeah, right.
Well, he's got a lot more money to spend, so yeah, it moves the needle for him.
Well, I mean, him being a number 2 guy takes some pressure off him, though, too, right? And may give him better matchups.
Yeah, I mean,
you got Skubal taking on the ace every time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see where he goes.
Well, he's not exactly in a murderer's row division either. So
right.
You're pitching against Twins and Royals, decent teams, but not teams that are going to scare the heck out of you either.
Yeah, nobody's really done anything in that division this offseason.
But Framber's durable. I mean, you look at his body and you wonder how he lasts, but guy is up there throwing 200 innings every year.
Like CC Sabathia, right? You need some of that pouch to throw the fastball.
I was like Longgood, Sabathia, and who was the other guy? Santana. You know,
Yeah.
he won those auction league, taking the dual aces way back when, with Joe Mauer and taking Ortiz at first base and a decent shortstop. We're going way back, Greg.
Was I around then?
I think you were, but you know, you were probably drinking because you're worried about the losses more in the early couple of years.
Oh, that was 2004, 2005 then. That's when we lost money.
Yeah.
But we survived, damn it. Here we are. All right.
So this is like a guy that would be a second round pick in the past, and you know, come off a bad year and unhealthy going into the season. And you know, when you're, you know, take the pitches like I do, you got to take a chance, you know, hitting around Itani and stuff like that. I'm looking to get some runs. I don't know about the steals. You know, they're kind of a wild card, but he could hit for average. Hasn't been that great the last couple of years, but he could score 125 runs and hit 30 home runs if he played like he did a couple of years ago. So
it's pretty nice at the end of the 5th round, I think.
Yeah, so
that's your shortstop.
Yeah, so there's not really.
All right. Interesting with the pitchers here. We've got let's see, everybody got one. Team 5 doesn't have a starting pitcher yet. It's got Mason Miller. Team 7 doesn't have a relief pitcher yet.
That's an interesting pick there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take.
Hoping for the Mets revival, Luis.
Yeah.
Robert Robert. What does he call himself, that guy?
It's Robert.
Robert.
Yeah, Luis Robert.
They're gonna kill him in New York, boy, oh boy.
Well, he's got to stay healthy. He's got the talent. I've got him in another keeper league. Actually, I kept him, and the talent's there, but he can only play 100 games usually.
Yeah, that was a trade for them, Greg. You know what? The Mets. People are killing the Mets.
Yeah.
Here, and next thing you know, he makes 6 moves, and okay, the roster is not terrible.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's amazing. There's no patience in this now. Oh, fire this guy.
Yeah.
The owner's full of it. It's like, guys, let's see. It's not, you know, it's not over yet. And the next thing you know, he brings in fastball Freddie, and you know, it's changes the whole dynamic of the team.
It's a shame in Milwaukee because they have a good team, and you know, having Freddie really helps the top of that pitching staff. I understand why they had to do it now. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. He's definitely not re-signing with Milwaukee, but damn, we're not that far away.
Yeah,
but now we got a lot of work to do.
Guy too, like he seems like he brings the Mets. Obviously, clubhouse.
Yeah,
had an issue. He seems to be a good clubhouse guy.
Oh yeah, good guy. Goes out there and gets the job done. All right, Shawn, I think you got a compliment from Joey J Sports here. Or Joey is Sports. He likes the Atlanta combo with a bounce back.
I did it for him. I knew he was watching, you know.
Yeah.
I got him in the earpiece. He's telling me, go Atlanta, go Atlanta.
We need them both to bounce back for that to work, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, Riley, when he was good, he was like a 3rd round pick and a 15-teamer, right? And Olsen was a 2nd round pick. I think even after that big year, he went in the 1st, and Betts, you know what I mean? So you take the pitching early, you take the bats. I didn't get the structure of the steals, but I can't really force it. Like if you talked about Abrams offline a little bit, if he made it, he would have been in consideration on that turn just because he kind of fit what I needed. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, ideally, I'd like to draft a team. I don't have to pick up any players all year. Wouldn't it be great?
No, that doesn't happen in baseball. I hope you know.
Nobody will stay healthy. I mean,
I know.
Yeah, it's weird when you look at like players like I did. I drafted the first one. I drafted Michael Harris, and then after doing the player, I was like, wow, he's gonna hit down the lineup. Man, he's not as sexy as I thought. I know he looks like 2020 and he started off bad, but you know, it's like it's weird how your mindset when you actually dig down on the player changes a little bit.
Yeah.
But
all right, Paul Hunter Goodman, grab that catcher in a good ballpark, I assume.
Yeah, and I picked him up last year. He was awesome. And he'll hit if he repeats last year. I like the catchers this year. One thing I was going to say, I think the depth in catchers is much better than it's been.
All right, Gecko, you have a chance to join us next weekend. We got Beat Gecko League next Saturday night, I believe it is, at 8 o'clock. Next Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So if you think this is easy, wait till Gecko gets in. It'll be even easier. Aha.
How come he's number Gecko 2855? How many versions of Gecko are there?
I think he got kicked out a lot of times, and so then he had a lot of make new numbers.
Did you officially ever kick him off the message board?
Never. Of course not. No.
Why didn't you?
That was the WCOFF boards that kicked him off, not me.
Well, they were after me at the end there. Whew, don't bring that up. Blocking all the people coming from the FFPC there under mine. Oh my God. Yeah.
You're the bad guy.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have a Beat Gecko League next Saturday. And Geckos, we got to get you out to Vegas yet, buddy. Come on out to Vegas. You're not signed up for anything out there. Got some good auctions. Got some main events. Hey, we're working on our 6th league on Saturday morning in the main event. So let's get 8 leagues, and I'll do the draw like I did last year as far as announcing the league assignments.
We're not going to get like 12? What are you doing?
No, I think 8's a good number. We got room for 9. We can get 9 in there if we want to.
All right.
Joe Ryan bouncing back.
Should I start looking at pictures yet?
There's Hader. Everybody forgot about Hader. Come on.
Don't be
I thought about him. I don't like getting 2 closers too early.
Yeah. Now you need a starting pitcher and get close to 200 strikeouts. Strider. Shawn, what are your thoughts?
Well, I definitely would like some balanced players. Bellinger was a consideration if he made it back. Not really gonna, like you said, the catches are pretty deep. I don't think I'm gonna, the way I went, I'm not gonna pull one right now. If I was more balanced and like more in that line for like maybe a 75-75, more apt to take him. I like the Ramirez guy a lot, and he did steal bases, so I can't say that that's a negative. But and I do like Baldwin a lot in this area. But there is some that kind of fit the range. But maybe I should get in and get out and get one. But
yeah,
that kind of breaks there. Second base still like nothing that really kind of jumps off, at me that I would be willing to fight for this early.
Freddie Freeman in the 7th round.
You got to wonder when his cliff is coming.
Yeah.
Interesting after taking Naylor.
Yep. Put him at the corner position.
Vinny Pasquantino had a great year last year.
He sure did.
And then they moved the fences in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a bandbox, but that matters.
Yep.
Last year, FanDuel put an over/under of 1/2 stolen base for him.
1/2.
Yep, and he stole.
He stole what?
He stole 1 base.
You had to sweat it all year, huh?
You were alive the whole year. It's a bet you're alive to the last game of the year, right?
Yeah, definitely. Nice one. Yeah, that's a good pick. I just grabbed him in one of the drafts I was in. Man, he was solid last year.
Yeah, the couple steals that look like that would be helpful, at catcher. So when I'm behind and get his batting average a little, probably hitting a decent part of the lineup.
Yeah, you're gonna need some steals on that team at some point.
Yeah, it's not.
What do you think of Bradish, guys?
Looks good on paper, and what he's done the last 3 years, and the write-ups I did was really good. I mean, just Kenny, is he worth was he an SP2 or is he picked 30 starter right now? But yeah, I mean he's looked good, but it's still a short sample size coming off an injury.
All right, what are you looking at now?
Perdomo. I just liked his approach. Figure he's going to pop up that lineup, maybe be in the top 2 this year. Stole bases, hit some home runs, gives me a little bit, doesn't really, a big base stealer, but maybe 25 again, maybe 20 if he goes down some. But, he seemed like he got better. Doesn't hit the metrics with the hard hit rate and all that other stuff, but had more walks and strikeouts. I like that. It's a positive, and we'll see. So chipping away, got a little bit of speed. I got a long ways to go. What am I up to? About 30? 30 or 40? Supposed to have
a long ways to go. All right, there goes Framber Valdez. Team 9. Grabbing a bunch of arms there in a row.
Team 9 is taking the lead in the pitching category.
Logan Webb, Jesus Luzardo, Carlos Estevez, Framber Valdez.
Oh, you don't even know who's who, right?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, you do. Oh, yeah. So team 9 usually a power guy. He's kind of changed up his thing. Do you think it's more so because he's lost like a few seconds off his 40-yard dash? So he likes to pitch this a little bit more.
No, he's got a helper that helps him get faster when he wants to.
Yeah.
Greg, I think Nelson was looking for T. Higgins and he couldn't find him, so he took the story.
He's in baseball mode right now.
Well, he's a Patriots fan too, so he's
loving it.
He still has another football game left.
Well, speaking of football, we will be rolling out our football site next week. I mean, you can still get in drafts right now, but the 2026 NFFC site will be rolled out next Thursday or Friday. We got to pay the postseason contest next Thursday, so it'll probably be Friday morning. But yeah, we'll have a few announcements on there, and next week I'll put out some announcements on what's going on with football. I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Last year in the Platinum League, Story got cut at the end of May, maybe, right? And then he's on the waiver wire, and Andy Robinson wins him 22-19. But you think that kind of player for $22, that thing? And then he was phenomenal last 4 months of the year.
Yep.
But it's just crazy. Like when you see somebody like that's a pretty good player. I know he's playing all the time, but for $20.
All right, we were talking about Kurtz earlier. He was on the waiver wire last year. Did either one of you guys get him on the waiver wire?
He was a $400 bid that guy was going for.
Was he? Yeah.
No,
he earned it, right?
Yeah, he was great. I got a decision here.
The problem with that is that I structured my team to be strong at first base. The first base would overlap already at utility, so I didn't think I needed him.
Yeah.
And obviously, whoever I had, like I might have had like Turkelson as like a 20th round DH option, and with 2 other good first basemen or whatever I had, and just so I wasn't really looking for him when it happened, and it didn't look like it was a bad thing when he got hurt and went down a little bit, but he was a monster the last 4 months.
He sure
Waiver wire player of the year last year was Perdomo, though.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, he pretty much was like delivered close to Bobby Witt stats for like a fantasy value anyways.
Yeah.
All around for, getting him off the waiver wire. And that's the same thing. If you draft like Mason Wynn and 2 other a second baseman and a shortstop that you like, and it's, beginning of the year, you're going to give him a ride. Yep. Where somebody else is, I got a problem. I pick up that guy because I need it, and they hit like a home run. He was awesome. So.
I mean, it was bizarre how good he was, right? I mean, there was really no track history of him being a speed and power guy. I mean, he changed his approach. I know they talked about this at the Arizona Fall League Symposium, and I don't remember what he did, but they felt like it was repeatable this year.
Yeah. They gave him $11 million for 4 years in like February, which is like, oh, that's kind of weird. That guy hasn't been that great, but they told you something like his body was developing or getting stronger or something they were seeing that we weren't seeing, and maybe if you went to spring training, you can kind of pick up on that stuff. But really good year.
Yep, hell of a year. All right, Team 1 loading up on a little pictures there. He's got DeGrom, he's got Bednar, Yuri Perez, and Nolan McLean. Paul, what do you think of this Nolan McLean? Is he the real deal?
I was going to draft him. He's got a great demeanor. Like you watched him, Greg. He's got that what you need to be successful. And listen, he's still a kid, so there's always risk. But he's going to be number 2 behind Freddie.
Yeah. No, he looks like the real deal for sure.
Yeah, I was actually hoping for either him or Perez in this turn. So that story of my life.
Well, shame on Team 1 and Team 2, but Team 2 went back-to-back catchers there with Drake Baldwin.
Yeah, very interesting.
Sal Perez. Yeah.
I just added a Rosarina so I could have half the Seattle roster, but I liked his value there with the speed. Again, I got 4 guys that are 2020s, which I like.
Yep.
Some average challenges with a Rosarina, but
all right, you're down to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't like the McLean profile coming from a reliever. I wasn't sure if he can get that many innings where he was getting drafted like as a back end SP2 in the 15 team or so.
I liked Harris. You know, I'm going extra offense here. I just thought that with that I think the Braves offense is going to be much better this year.
Yeah.
Might have been a little bit of a jump for me there with him, but now I can focus on the arms.
There you go. There you go. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, the live streams, I'm going to try to pick these up, do more of them next week. In fact, next week I've got, I'm calling it Champions Podcast Week. On Monday, I've got, let me see what I got. James Timoni, last year's draft champions, national champion. We're going to have that one at 7 p.m. Eastern time. On Tuesday, I've got Mike Mager, who is our newest NFBC Hall of Famer, and he is the back-to-back auction championship overall champion. So, Paul, you're competing in a lot of auctions in Vegas. You're going to see Mike Mager an awful lot.
Great guy. Mike's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
Really good people.
Yep. Sometimes those nice guys, they just.
Well, he takes my money, Greg, but you know, he's nice about it, right?
I know they're like silent assassins. We call John Posma a nice guy too. You don't want to be in his league either. All right.
I like the football sharks I hang out with. Boy, those guys take your money and let you know about it too.
So Mike's going to join me on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I got Thomas Warner, the Rotowire Online Championship champion, on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Zach Waxman's going to join me at 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. And then Todd Hoppy, the defending main event champion, is going to join me Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I've got to beat Gecko on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So could have some fun next week.
These are always good. I remember during football, Greg, these are always like fun to watch during the week. You know, you kind of watch, you get first few rounds, you know, you got great guys on here who know their stuff and, you know, are good just to hear what they're thinking. I love these. I love that you do them and I watch them.
Yeah, I think, like I told you last year for football, I think they're the newest content in the industry, right? People want to watch people who paid money and what they're building their rosters about. In football, it's a lot of fun. You know, this is 30 rounds, so we'll only do about halfway, but let's show people how to build a roster. I mean, Shawn, that's a very different start. Now you're banging the offense. Let people see how you do it. I think it's great. So, and there's a lot of veterans in this draft tonight too. I mean, we're not naming names, but or I guess we are, aren't we? I'm sorry about that. I didn't even realize that. My bad. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I mean, there's good players in this one. So my bad. I should have had the public draft board out there. Oh well.
People not want their names out, right?
Maybe not, but we'll see. It's early in the off season, so I won't do it again next time. I didn't realize I did it this time. My bad.
I don't think it really matters. Like, most of these people that are drafting in this thing are going to do a lot of them. Yeah. And you're going to be in different draft positions, and your opinion's going to change.
Yeah. Yep. All right. No doubt about that, Geck. We'll see you on Saturday night next week, and we'll have some fun with that. But yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is early in the off season. It's not like, oh boy, I saw you do this on February 5th. I know what you're going to do now that we're in March. So, but I should have had a public one. All right, you're back on the. Oh, you're back in the strikeout area there, huh? I like it.
I didn't even wait. You did. That was a rapid fire pick.
Well, if I let him go a couple more picks, I think Team 9 would have taken him, but he's from that area. But I ran off a lot of hitters. Didn't really get the balance guys like you were doing. But I had to sneak in there a guy with upside and get strikeouts. Had a little bit of issue last year with an injury. Hopefully it's minor, and but he has a lot of talent. I think he struck out 190 guys in college in 100 innings. We'll see how he goes, but I like what I can see. And there's a lot of this area of the draft. I think it's in the ninth round, 9th to 11th in the 15-teamer. There's a lot of really good pitchers, but there's going to be probably a wide gap. There's some guys going to be really good home run hits, and some are going to kind of let you down. So, and some of them are veteran guys, and some are, Glass now. I looked at him and the other who's the other Dodger pitcher? Sheehan. I looked at him a lot, and Burns another draft, and I was like, Glass now 135 innings. I like Sheehan, but I said, I'm going to take the ceiling of Burns, and I kind of went with that because he was on the top of the queue anyway. So, it kind of forces it when he's sitting there. Everybody's looking at him. So
Schittler went right before you. You like Burns better than Schittler?
I do like him better, and there's another pitcher, young guy that I did a write-up that I liked him better, and I do like Schittler better than McLean, So I think McLean should go in this area with these other pitchers, and I think he goes earlier. But like I said, because he was a reliever, I'm kind of hesitant. Well, how many innings is he going to get, and can he, handle that? But he didn't give up a lot of hits. I think his command was way above even what it was before. So, but he's most likely an arm I won't end up with based on where he's going in drafts. Not that I don't think he's talented. I just don't trust that the innings will be there this year, but we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think, Shawn, is this Iglesias, closing, but they gave Suarez a bucket of money, in Atlanta. So, I know he's going as the closer, but you wonder how long his leash is when they paid $15 million for a year. Suarez was dominant last year. Suarez was unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
Well, Iglesias was horrible in the first half of the year, and he fixed it in the second half. But Suarez did have a little patch where he was kind of bad, but he's got 70-something saves the last, at 38 and 40 or 36 and 40, and like he said, he was really good in the beginning of the year, really good at the end. He might have had like this little 2 bad games where he gave up 5 runs, but overall, he looks like he probably should be a guy. Both of those guys are older, though. I think they're 35. Ish or higher. So, it's not like they're getting any younger, but that'll be an interesting. I think it'll be a little more split, like you said, and one goes a little bit earlier. You would think that the guy going later would be the value, just on, You
remember last year, nobody was even drafting Suarez as a closer. Remember, guys were picking him up as closer 3.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's 45 games.
Yeah. Blake Snell goes in the middle of the 9th round there. Pretty interesting, I think. He's
already creaking injuries. That's the problem there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is the guy you talked about, Jonas, the other young arm. I love him. I'm a little worried about health and control, but this kid throws BBs when you.
Hey, yeah, baby, love it.
He was not the other arm that I was talking about. But,
really?
I do like him. He just walked a few more guys, and he really came on. But he came back up last year when Perez from Miami. I would have taken Perez over him too. But like him a lot. Not sure he's all the way there, but he does throw hard, and he's just he's got to be able to have a little more length to his outings too. But
you know what? He matured in the playoffs. I mean, against the Cubs, they brought him in there, and he gave up 3 really solid innings that really saved that last game. And then against the Dodgers, man, he was really good. His control is much better than the Brewers thought was going to be when he came up. I mean, in the minors, he didn't have the same control. He was much better. I'm surprised he went in the 10th round here. So I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, I guess early on when he was coming up before he got last year, I thought he would end up maybe in the bullpen or closer.
Yeah, right. I thought so too. I mean, you only need about 2 pitches there, but he was throwing a couple of different pitches towards the end of the year last year and really fooling batters. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to watch him. I like watching him, that's for sure. Boy, he's got incredible stuff.
He's electric on the mound.
The Brewers bullpen's kind of tricky the way they draft 2 guys close together. The other guy will probably go in the next couple picks if you don't take him and I talk about him.
There you go. Well, I was thinking about the 2 guys that just went. Hopefully Hoffman's over the trauma of what he did to the city of Toronto last October.
Yeah.
So there it goes. So I got 45 seconds here to make a decision. I'm moving this guy up. Kill me on this pick, but I liked him last year, and I think he's like a underrated solid arm.
Yeah, he's steady. When you look at his numbers from last year, it was okay. But if he can kind of get back to who he was 2 years ago with the command a little bit better, he definitely should improve. And they're switching out of that, back to their home park. I think that'll be a little bit, favorable. But he falls into, kind of like you're getting a steady arm, and hopefully maybe he can improve a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. I think that team, they always find ways to win. He's pitching and back in, even though it's a terrible park, it's better than where they were playing last year. And listen, I think durability. I was thinking of Wheeler, and with pitchers, there's something to be said that guys get out there and throw the ball. And he's relatively durable, Pepio.
So they're back in the old stadium. They put the roof back on that thing in Tampa.
I have a client right near there, Greg. Just to drive by, come from the
Yeah.
airport. It looked like somebody's bed sheet was flapping.
Yeah, I know, right? Have they gotten approval for a new stadium or not yet? I know there was no.
I don't think so. They'll never pay for it down there. That's
what a mess.
Yeah, yeah. Great place. I love Tampa. I go often for work.
Yeah.
Great, really great place.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I mean, they are huge hockey fans.
Yeah.
I went to a Lightning game and the atmosphere was unbelievable. I was like, wow, they are tremendous hockey town.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about going to hockey games live, you know, it's fantastic. It's so great to go live. All right, so we're in round 11. We'll stick around for a couple more rounds and then we'll call it a night. But again, what we're trying to do is show you some roster builds. Got some great veterans in here who are putting together some good teams, but everybody doing a little bit differently.
Yeah, it was definitely moving fast.
Shawn, you need at this point.
I need what?
What are you thinking for your pick?
I think that I will need to best available outfielder. I'm gonna go back to the Dodgers for Pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he got a few steals. I'm not sure was there, but he's a Dodger. Hernandez and him there, but there's not really the skill set I'm looking for right there. There's not really.
Where's the speed, man?
He had a little bit there, right?
Yeah, he did. He did. You're inching up, I said.
But this is a 12-teamer. There will be those kind of players a little more available, right?
They are, yeah. All right, here, let's Joey asks, are you guys looking for a certain number of pitchers by round 10 in these 12-teamers?
I think in most of the other ones I was getting 5 in the 15s, and I don't have 5 this one because I
think it's good to have at least 3 to 4 starters.
Yeah.
At a minimum. If you're not there yet, you got a problem.
Yeah. So you each have one closer so far.
That's
right?
who I was going to take. So I did it in a reverse order, but that was he was the guy that I would take in front of Schindler and McLean. I just really liked what he brought to the table, but so therefore I have to just keep going back in the the biggest payroll there is and take a Dodger.
Oh my goodness. Hey, did you consider Jackson Holliday? He was a subject out in the Arizona Fall League Symposium of a guy who certainly matured a little bit during the second half and has a chance to bust out a little bit and probably would give you some more speed, obviously, than Pages would.
Yeah, but he was, like I said, at second base. I think that he definitely has a chance to be a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hits a lot of ground balls, and his swing path isn't really where it needs to be, for what I remember. And I write so many players, the recall isn't exactly there. It's better when I'm, a couple more weeks and I got it exactly in the cheat sheet and I'm looking at that. But there is a second baseman that I think will get some speed there. There's 2 second basemen are okay, 3 of them that I could deal with that I'm just seeing. So I'm not really fighting for that. But the way he comes off the board and the way I've been drafting, he hasn't really presented himself. He'd have to, if he slid to the next round, I probably would have. I just didn't want to get too far back in the outfield, at least having, at least decent bats in the outfield. And like you said, I still have to, now I can kind of settle in where I need a middle infielder with some speed. And then I need those other outfielders to be definitely a little more balanced and then try to figure it out. But I'm definitely out of position in the speed category.
Yeah. Well, there's our 7th second baseman eligible. I don't know if they've got any other multi-position guys, but pretty thin at second base right now. And that's what I was saying. I think that seems to be one of the thinnest positions. Am I correct?
Yeah. And he was a guy that I should have considered, but he hits down in the lineup, doesn't take a lot of walks, but he falls into that 2020 category. So, but, and plus he qualifies at outfield like it sort of thing. But I don't know. I just had I guess other things in mind, that especially your kind of first draft. This queue is definitely flows a little bit different than on draft champions. I think the players are a little more distance. Some of them are further back, like the Savage guy wasn't listed as high, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe he was. But so
Yeah, I mean, the player default list is just all of the ADPs from the beginning of the season. So we can't make it too easy for you guys. You can sort them on the ADPs and output them if you want, but we don't do that in the draft room.
You're not caddying for us?
Yeah, we're not caddying for it. We're not carrying
you, you do. You take out the hurt guys, though.
We do. Because all of a sudden then you got an auto pick overnight and then someone's screaming at you, what was he there for? He's out for the year. So we do manipulate it from time to time.
In the old days, they had the magazine. They didn't even tell them when they were hurt in the magazine.
Well, I like that pick. I should have taken him in a league that I was in, but man, that guy threw some heat at the end of last year.
Yeah, he does. I was either him or Diaz or Fairbanks, and Fairbanks was gone. I thought maybe Diaz would come around, but mistaken again.
Yeah. Now, Palencia, he's got good stuff for the Cubs, and Cubs should be improved this year. They spent on Bregman.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah. Don't want them to finish ahead of my Brewers, but I can't help that.
Yeah.
Is your curfew at what? 8 o'clock your time?
What time is it right now? Holy shit! I got to get to bed pretty soon. There's no doubt about it. I'm an old man.
Hey, the good thing about us having snow is that we don't have to rake our roof.
No, you don't get that much. I've done that many times. In fact, I've broken my roof rake because of so much snow that we've had. So I've got a new one. My wife bought a new one, actually.
Yeah.
But we have not had much snow this would be the third year in a row that we haven't had much snow.
I think I have at least 8 inches on my satellite dish.
You can sweep that off if you want to watch it.
Not the satellite dish. I mean the solar panel. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you guys got more snow than we have for sure. So, okay, let's see what do we got here. Yeah, we'll go through round 14 here. That's what I'm showing on the board. That looks pretty good. And again, this is playnfbc.com. Rotowire Online Championship, $350 entry. We pay the top two in each league, $1,400 for first, $700 for second, and we pay $150,000 in the overall. Last year we sold this baby out with about 2,800 plus teams, and we're on a record pace this year already. So jump in if you can. Don't forget about the main event. We got it down there, $200,000 grand prize, live drafts in New Jersey, Robinsonville, New Jersey. I'll be out there in 5 weeks from today. And we're also at the Rio in Las Vegas. So we're looking to have some fun out there. We're going to have a hell of a great Friday night party if you guys are interested. I've got a suite on the 51st floor, 3,000 square feet, and a pool outside and a deck outside overlooking the strip. It's going to be damn good. And then, of course, Basada will be there too. So we got that going for us.
Hey, Greg, just for you know.
Yeah.
I'm undefeated in the main event at the Rio.
Yeah, that's right. 2004, 2005, you won your first two. Clark Orson is also undefeated.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't put us in the same league then.
Hey, I can't help that. Sorry. 2004 we started out. NFBC was there. We had 6 leagues. 2005 we had 9 leagues in the Brasilia ballroom where we're going to be back again. So they had a stage up there. I remember sitting at the stage and thinking, oh my God, 9 leagues in one room. Of course, we only had one time to draft, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now look where we are today.
Unbelievable.
It was also in 2005 when your partner almost got in a fight with Louis Lipsy.
I know, that was pretty fun.
I'm like, who is this guy? What the hell? What's his partner doing?
It wasn't his first incident. He had that one at the auction for football. And the guy with the auctioneer was saying, team number 13 bids 5, team number 5 bids 4. And then the guy bid team number 13. So I thought he said $13. That was almost a fight. And he wouldn't let the guy off the hook. He's like, you go. What do you care?
Well, this was our first $5,000 draft. It was just like, okay, everything's going good. All of a sudden, there's almost a fight, and Shawn's in the middle of it. Oh, well, we'll talk about that story out in Las Vegas as well. But good stuff.
Man, there's not really got too many hitters.
All right, you got 2 more picks on our live stream, then I got to go to bed.
Man, what time is the curfew?
Paul, you can relate to me, right? You're my age. Come on.
No, I'm 55. Right? I gotta go
Oh
to
God,
bed.
you're not my age then.
I
Never
don't go to
mind.
bed at 8 o'clock. I mean,
Me and Shawn are much older than you. That's for
yeah,
sure.
you know,
Yeah,
I'm like a
whatever.
spring chicken compared to.
No doubt. No doubt.
That
I
seems
just
a little
read
bit early for 12-teamer, but
Who'd you take there?
the
Basalo.
Orioles other
Oh
catcher.
yeah, Basalo.
Hey,
He looked good last year. Oh, I like Mackenzie Gore too. Good pick, Team 12. I like him. I think in Texas he's going to be good.
you think so?
I think so. Yep.
He's only been good at like about one
Opening
season.
day, he was just like dominant. He didn't even get the decision, but I remember just watching him like, holy cow, is he
That's a
nuts?
real bad team, by the way. That you left. Washington is. Oof.
Yeah, I know. Now he's with the Rangers.
That's a terrible roster, Washington. I
Yeah,
don't know what's going on with that team.
I hear you. I hear you. All right, so both of you guys are going to be out in Las Vegas, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I will see you guys in about 5 weeks. I appreciate you both doing this tonight. It's been a lot of fun. It's a good conversation. We got hundreds of people watching us right now, which is kind of cool. And a little give and take on the chat. But next time, hopefully, guys throw out some more questions and such so we have a little more interaction. But we appreciate it. I'll do a few more of these, like I say. And 5 weeks from now, I'll be in New Jersey, and then 6 weeks from now I'll be in Las Vegas, and 7 weeks from today is opening day.
That's unbelievable to think of.
Isn't that 7 weeks? So spring training should be starting here pretty soon. So good stuff. But I appreciate.
But before you go, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Well, I kind of like the Patriots at 4.5, but I think Seattle's going to win this game, and if they get ahead, it's going to be pretty tough on. I thought the Rams really were the best team left. I really did. But Stafford couldn't get her in the end zone on the last one. So I'm going to pick Seattle. And
the Rams should have kicked the field goal on the drive before that.
Yep, they should have kicked the field goal. But
how is Seattle if they get behind? That hasn't really happened too much. So
no, they got behind the Rams the second time they played, and then of course they were booing Darnold actually because he had thrown a couple interceptions, and then he let him back at that 2-point conversion that was controversial and stuff.
He threw 4 interceptions in LA, and then the Vikings dominated him in the road. The Vikings can dominate him.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I think the Rams should have blitzed the hell out of him. I mean, we know he sees ghosts, right, when he gets blitzed, but they just kept bringing 4 and 4, and he just sat back in the pocket and picked them apart in his zone defense. So I thought the Rams.
In those early days of the Patriots, the Colts used to roll into town 11-point favorites and get their ass kicked by the Patriots.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think the Patriots have a good enough defense, is what you're saying, right? You're saying that they could be a defensive battle, they could cover the spread and be under, right?
I said they could win by like 15, and it goes the other way. Everybody's saying that. And I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm just saying you're writing about it. Look at the numbers. It's really closer. All the data is closer than everybody thinks, other than the Patriots had the easiest schedule of the year, and all the breaks went them in the playoffs. But
I'm going to go out differently. I think Seattle's going to kill them.
Yeah.
But so if they were playing Denver, what would happen?
They would, with the quarterback they would kill us too.
No. If your quarterback was healthy, then
if Bo was healthy, the Broncos would hang it out. I think Seattle would beat them. I think the Broncos would hang in there, but I think that New England is going to have a hard time blocking them. Their offense really is not that dynamic. I think they win the game by 2 touchdowns.
I think if they get ahead, that's very possible. I agree. I don't think New England's got to get ahead, or they got to really keep it close early on, I think. But yeah, if I were betting right now, I think I would take Seattle and lay the points.
You can fly out on the, you got time to get to Vegas before they,
I just was there last week.
Did you bet on the Super Bowl?
No, I did. I really was uncertain which way it was going to go. I really was. I just didn't feel comfortable either way.
What do you think of Murakami, Shawn?
Yeah.
Off of this,
man, I watched a video on him, and I was trying to think like who he looked like at the plate. And the guy that was on YouTube, he had a really good video about him and talking about him, and his contact rate's like 73% and kind of failing. And I was like, is that like a Adam Dunn type of thing? But he's been, had 56 home runs and looked really good. I was like, this guy looks like he's going to be able to hit and be streaky, but he's going to strike out in the majors, but there's going to be a lot of home runs, and he potentially could get better. He takes walks. It's an interesting player. It seems like, I think he goes later in the, obviously in our league, it might be the 15 team in the main event, but when you're filling positions, it's a little different, but definitely an interesting player. And I'm not sure that I, would gravitate to him where he's going right now, but I do think that he's, I was actually, when I watched him, I was like, there's somebody there. He reminded me of a left-handed hitter, and I just couldn't place it, but I think he's going to be an interesting. I'm looking forward to watching him.
Team him up with Dansby Swanson. That's how we're going to end this. So,
sorry, Greg. I didn't mean to end it with those two picks.
No, it was very good. Very good.
Better next time, Greg.
Paul, thanks for joining us. I'll see you in Las Vegas. Sean, thanks much. We'll stay in touch on everything. All right.
Just leave the lights on, Greg. We'll turn it off for you.
No, I'm turning them off right now and going home. All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. I'll see you next week. Every night next week, I got live streams. All right. Talk to you then. Bye, all.
Later.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.